All right, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining us here today. Today, we thought it was important to bring back up this planning aspect of our business. At this point in time, it's not a hidden fact by any means that our industry and market is changing. So if you haven't seen the market statistics that I sent out for last month, inventory is on the rise and also days on market are increasing as well. Obviously, that's going to tend to continue to change as the Fed's toying with the idea of potentially raising interest rates further, further suppressing buying demand. With that being the case, we wanted to bring up planning. It doesn't matter what the market's doing. If you have a good plan in place and you do the activities every single day, you can't help yourself but to succeed, and not only succeed, but thrive. In getting ready for this meeting, I went back over one of Mike Ferry's videos on business planning, and he had a quote here: "Man has no problem achieving the goal he sets. Man has a problem setting goals." Obviously, we need to put some good goals in place for the next 12 to 24 months so that we can, weather this storm, and not only weather it, but thrive. So the starting point for all that, in our opinion, is to do a good recap and assessment of your last 12 months. So you take a look at the business you did for the last year, assess and review what things worked, what things didn't work, and with that, you then set the goals for this coming year. Once you do that, you're then able to put together your plan of action, and not only plan of action, but a daily and weekly schedule. And parts of that are how many days you're going to work, and setting, your vacations out ahead of time, so that you have a good idea of what you need to accomplish for the next year. I'll hand it over to Poppy, and he's the master of scheduling, obviously.
Not a master, but I've done it for a lot of years. And yes, it is very, very important at this point in time that we do a next year's schedule. By that, I mean, you should be setting yourself a goal that you're going to work somewhere between 200 and 220 days. That gives you all the weekends off, as well as planning your vacation. If you have that in place, then it's a matter of setting your daily work schedule, your weekly work schedule to fit the changing market. As Brooks said, there's nothing to be afraid of. Tim and I have thrived through 4 or 5 changing markets. We will thrive through this one. However, it takes a change of game plan. When you keep doing what you did before and it doesn't work, that's called insanity. So we must begin to change in some fashion or another. How that's going to happen is when you have all the number of days you work and your vacation days, then you can set your plan for working each day. There is no question in this changing market that expireds and FSBOs are going to become a very dominant factor in getting part of your business. If we control the listings, we control the marketplace. People will be coming to us. So it's imperative at this point that we go back to basics and we learn our scripts and dialogues to obtain FSBOs and to obtain expired listings. In addition to that, you've got to go to that script book and go over the objection handling devices that we have in there to help you become experts in this field. If you become an expert, you can handle the objections. You have a leg up on most of the other people in this business. Skill is going to be king. And if you have the skills, there's no doubt that you're going to succeed in this marketplace. It's very important that you go back over and you learn those scripts, dialogues, and objection handlers. When you have those in place, it's going to help you greatly as far as our business is concerned. With that being said, we're going to send out a schedule, and we're going to be practicing and rehearsing 1 day a week, and we will be on a video like this showing you how it can be done and will be done if you're interested in doing so. We invite and encourage everybody to get on that call. It's up to you. We can only offer it, we can only present it. We're happy to do so. This is one big team. And the more we practice, the more we rehearse, the more we make our contacts, the more we're going to succeed in this business. Not only will we have the skills, but with that schedule, we'll have the ability to outwork the competition. There's going to be a lot of crazy people going nuts, and actually they're going to drop out of this business. That's okay. We will survive and we'll thrive if we help each other. And that's what we intend to do. It's one big team, and we're going to stick with it, stay on it, and become more successful than we have in the past. You want to add anything to that, Brooks?
Yeah, just like my grandfather was saying, we're actively planning as a company. We want our agents to thrive in this changing market, and we're going to put together not only a coaching program, but a mentorship program to help us all fine-tune our skills, our scripts, our dialogues, our objection handling, and we're all going to get better together. And, we'll thrive in this ever-changing market. But at this point, I kind of want to, pick your guys' brains and see what you guys are thinking and what your plans are for this coming year. Kara, have you put any plans together, and what are your thoughts for the next 12 months? What are you trying to focus on?
Yes, I am working on my business plan, and in my business plan, I expanded into not only the plan that we have that you've given us, but I break it down into the marketing piece of it, the coaching piece of it, all of that. And then I think that the best way that works for me is small little bites, because if I look at a total goal that I have, in income or whatever for the year, I need to back into it. So I say, what do I need to do that? And then every day, what do I need to do to match that? That's going to get me there.
That's exactly right.
It's daily activities. I tell everybody that it is daily activities. It's not like you're going to wake up one day and it's going to happen and you're going to be there. If you don't do the same things every day, although it might seem boring, it might seem repetitive, it's not going to work for you. For myself, being in the business now for, going on 20 years, I go back and look at my previous clients. I mean, I have quite a client base, and I know a lot of people on this call do as well. It's really touching those clients, because if you don't, somebody else will.
That's exactly true.
You're going to ride down the street, you're going to see somebody else's sign, and you're going to say, but that was my client. Well, it was your client maybe 5 years ago. But if you don't touch them, I met with some folks yesterday, and I asked them, are you working with anyone else? Because I know that they were working with another agent previously. And I try to always be upfront, ethical. I never want to tramp on anybody's toes. And although it's been over a year, I knew that they were working with someone else back then. And they said, he never called me. But he never called me.
Yeah. That's so important and so relative that you have a database where you can age. I call it aging. That's an old term, but if you talk to them today, you put in and forward them for another 3 months, and then you talk to them in the next 3 months. You've got to do that on a consistent basis with all your past clients and centers of influence.
Right.
And if you don't have that kind of a database, you're hurting yourself in this business. It makes it very easy for you to succeed when all you have to do is click a button and see that you have 20 or 30 calls that you have to make today of people that you did business with and know you. The important thing is they already know you. That's a big, big leg up on helping you succeed in your business by giving back to them and letting them know that you care about them. And you got to really mean it.
Right. Absolutely.
Absolutely. The
Right.
sincerity must come through. When you're sincere with people, they believe in you. And when they believe in you, they're going to help you. And that is the name of that game. And I can tell you, it's been our success theory for many and many a year. And we hope that we operate that way as a company. We want everybody in this company to succeed at a high level. And the only way we can do that is offer our help to make sure that you all succeed. That's why we're going to put this program in place. We want to build our skills. The guy with the most skills and the gal with the most skills will win this game. And that's what we're going to do to help.
Yes, and I have to admit, I did not, I mean, I've been in the business a long time, but until I joined, your brokerage, it's been 2 years now. And I didn't even realize that, Brooks, until I received your handwritten card. I did not have a database. I had a lot of files because I'm like pen to paper and I'm the one that has a lot of paper, and a lot of paper files. I did not have them entered into anything. I was not following up with them really. I mean, I would help them if I saw that they had a need or something like that, or, something was going on, whether it was real estate related or not. But as far as a consistent plan, I did not have that until 2 years ago.
Okay. Anybody else want to offer any suggestions? Bobby Stevens, you've been around for a long time. What makes you have the consistency that you have year in and year out in this business?
Well, much to the chagrin of people that call me trouble around here, I have a picture of a rocking chair with a diagonal red stripe through it saying, I ain't sitting in a rocking chair, I'm going to work this morning. So that's what I do.
Okay.
I love it.
Yep, I do too.
Mr. John Hogan, what are you thinking about for this upcoming year? Are you making any changes to your business plan and putting any additional actions in place?
Kind of like what Kara said, just honing in right now, just trying to talk to as many of my past clients and current clients as possible. Obviously, we know the market's changed, but what I've learned in my career is you got to adjust to any market. So just really trying to hone in right now and just trying to see if I can help anybody. And I think like Gene said, you got to be sincere. If you try to BS people, they pick up on that. You almost got to be as natural as possible. The other thing is, a lot of times agents don't want to pick up their phone on the weekend. Sometimes I get those calls Sunday evening and I look at my phone and in my head, I think, oh my gosh, what could they want? But pick up the phone. I don't ever make my clients feel like it's an inconvenience. And I feel that they pick up on that and they appreciate that because there's so many agents that want to work, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday and turn things off on the weekend. So I think being available, giving that great customer service makes people want to continue to use you.
Okay. All right. How about Cherry Anderson?
I don't think she can talk at this point. Kong, what changes are you making to your business for this coming year?
Not so much changes, but going back to the basics, and everybody's been talking about going back to on a daily schedule of what to do and making the calls and stuff like that. But I find that my day is more productive when I start off with a schedule. And especially now with training new agents and doing more of that, I need to have a schedule for them as well. So one of the things I created years ago was a daily schedule. It's kind of based off of Gene's call log. And I'm not sure if I've given it out to everybody, but I'll email it again. But it's just a daily schedule that I had made up with a timer for my daily to-do list, a checkbox for contacts, and then just notes for the day. So if anybody wants it, I'll certainly pass it to the company. You just print one out for the day, and it certainly helps me follow a schedule.
Yes, we, you know, to thine own self be true. You have to have a method of knowing how many contacts that you make, how many leads that you're getting from the internet. Look, we're not just talking about picking up the phone. We know that a lot of you depend on the internet. We know that a lot of you work on social media. We think those avenues are fine. We just need to change a bit because some of those avenues are going to go away. For instance, the leads that are being bought and brought in by all the people that sell them at this point, those leads are going to get to be less, you know, hot. They're going to be lukewarm leads instead of basically, you know, tomorrow you sell them leads. So you have to be careful with that. There's going to be a big difference in the quality of those leads that are coming in. That's why we want you to go back to the basics and make sure that you're not omitting that database that you have, those friends that you've built up over the years. It's important that we do that. And here again, we're going to go on it. And I see the other contingent there. Emily Weaver, what are you going to do differently this coming year?
Can you hear us? Can you hear us
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, now we can.
Yes. Okay. Thanks, Kyra. So I do have a plan. I would say my planning wise for next year is going to be very specific and based off of my last 2 months of what I've learned struggling with health needs in our family and also continuing to work. And it has forced me to divide my time so that this day and this time I'm focused on my son and what my family needs, and then these other days during the week that I can work. And it's created, and I actually really like it. So this is sort of when I say we've been handed the rest of the work. For those of you who don't know, my son had a brain cancer. Totally fine, but we have to do all this stuff to make sure that it goes through that. We're in a 15-month process of cancer treatment, and now we are doing weekly trips to Hershey. So Wednesday is the day where I'm like, I don't work. I don't go and hunt other things. If I get messages, I respond to them when I can or ask my team members to help me. But Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday are my very focused days where I have a schedule. I know what I need to get done, and I do love it. It's worked out very well. Creates this kind of what is it when you procrastinate? So I'm a procrastinator, and I work very well under pressure, and it created that. Like so, Sunday evening, I know I have 2 days to do this much stuff. On Wednesday evening, I know that I have 2 more days to do this much, this many tasks. And it's worked out very well. So in the future, when we're done with all this medical stuff, I plan on doing the same. Like just keep that going. Wednesday can be, if it's not Wednesday, it's Friday or Monday or whatever day, but I have that one day where it's a flex day of what does my family need, what does my husband need, what do I need, and it works very well for me. And I know that's not answering phone calls and following, big income requirements or anything like you guys have said. They're all great, but for me, I'm just focused on how can I make it all a good balance for myself, my family, and my job. And so far, thank God, it is working, and it's working very well.
You're doing an amazing job.
And now I just made Sharon cry.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple more here. Michael Kopiak.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, need to really work on my goals. That's big for me. I know you're talking about a client database, so I really would love to grow a client database. You know, I'm still new to the game here. All I really have are like centers of influences from, you know, friends in the area, family in the area, and old coworkers. So I reach out to them, you know, every 3 to 6 months. I know it should be every 3 months, but I got to work on that. And just growing a client database, struggling quite a bit. I'm still working on FSBOs and expireds, calling them daily, but it's just very competitive here in the Philadelphia area. It just always seems when I call, again, I'm not making excuses here, but when it always seems when I call, it's always, you're the 12th realtor to call me today.
And
So,
perfect. You know what? That is great. I understand that only 12 people called you. Do you realize that we have 3,000 people in our model list and only 12 people cared enough about you to call about your listing? I have the courage to get your home sold. You want to list your home with me?
that's great objection handling, Gene. I think by that point they're aggravated that I'm the 12th one.
And I understand that. But when you explain that to them, and it is the truth, nobody can be more effective than the truth. And the truth is that only 12 people cared enough about them to call. That should at least break the ice with them so that you can go on and make more conversation. And it's all about how skillful you are in order for you to get that appointment.
Yeah, I try to be humorous once in a while. I got from Jim Penny, like, you know, when they say you're the 12th realtor to call me, and I know, like Jim once said, I'm only the 12th. Wow, my colleagues are really dropping the ball here. So I try to be a little humorous like that, but.
And you have to do that type of thing to break the ice. You know, the other thing that you can say to them is, you know, if your home is expired, if we'd have had this conversation 6 months ago, your home would have been sold because I sold X number of homes so far this year. It's another great objection handler that you can use to get yourself your listing sold. These are skills that are built up by trial and error. And you can use these sayings every day to get an appointment with those expired. And that's what we're going to teach in these classes, this kind of action and reaction that we can share with you guys to help you become more skillful in working your business. So, you know, please tune in. We think we have something to share with you that'll help you become more successful in the business. And I see that Stacy Horton is on the call today. Welcome to the company, Stacy.
Thank you. I'm excited to join the team. I know I have a lot of work to do. I have no database, honestly, at all. And I know I have a lot of things to do. Sorry, my dog thinks she needs to join in. I'm excited to get started.
Awesome.
Well, welcome. On that note, we also want to welcome Connor Anderson. He's new to the company, and this is his first call as well. So welcome, Connor.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited to start. Today's my first day, like you said. So I'm just excited to start and meet everybody as well along the way.
Well, it's only the beginning, and we're going to have fun with it. That's the name of the game. And along with the fun, we're going to make a lot of money. I like both of those things. Let's have a great day.
All righty, guys. We'll leave it at that for this one. We'll push out a new topic for next week. Make it a great week. See you guys later.